I made these to pair with our spaghetti tonight, and they turned out so good I was going to share the recipe. You start with 2 cups of warm milk, 1/3 cup of sugar, and 2 packets of yeast or 4½ teaspoons. Let that sit for 10 minutes and then add 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 eggs, and 1/4 cup of olive oil. And then you're going to add in 6 cups of flour. After you get your flour mixed, you're going to test it, and if it's sticky, you're going to add another 1/4 cup. So at first I just added 6 cups and then I tested it after it mixed together, and it was still sticky. As you can see here, it stuck to my finger, so I added 1/4 cup of flour and remixed it, and then tested it again and it was sticky, so I added another 1/4 cup of flour, making my total flour 6½ cups. After that 1/4 cup, it was no longer sticky and ready to put in a greased bowl to rise for an hour. After an hour, I punched it down and then put it on my floured mat or a floured counter if you don't have a mat. And then you're going to roll it or smush it out, that's what I do, into a rectangle. And you can make twists like I did, and I'm going to show you how, or this makes garlic knots, or you can even do flat ones like Pizza Hut does, and just cut them in strips and then let them rise and bake them like that. You can make them whatever shape that you want to. And you can make them however big or however small you want to. I weigh mine so they're about even, but you absolutely don't have to do this. So I just try to roll it out a little bit, and then I smush it down into a small kind of oval shape where it's kind of pointed on the ends, and then I use my pizza cutter to cut it almost to the end but not quite, and then you just kind of twist it down and pinch it on the ends. And you continue to do this if you're going to make them this way, or you just make your knots or however you're going to shape them, and then you set them on the counter and let them rise. Mine took about 40 minutes. 30-45 minutes is about how long it's going to take them to double. Once I got them all shaped, I just kind of pinched the end so that the dough would stick better together. And then after they rose for 40 minutes, I baked them at 350 degrees for 22 minutes. This is going to vary depending on how you shape them. If they're smaller or larger than mine, just look for the golden bottom and the golden top. This is the butter spread that I made. You're going to melt down a stick of butter, add some garlic and parsley until it's nice and bubbly. And once you take your bread out, you're just going to brush it on the top. And once they're all coated in butter, I just took Parmesan and I sprinkled it on the top. You could use fresh Parmesan, but I didn't have any. And these were so good to pair with some spaghetti.